This is Donovan McNabb, and you're listening to The Bottom Line with Steve Nugent, right here on Sports Radio 1340 WHAP Hopewell.
K&L Barbecue at 1410 Maple Street, inside Cavalier Square, Hopewell. Wants you to know they have great specials on the daily menu, such as hamburger steaks, grilled chicken, a lightly fried chicken sandwich, and of course, the best chicken and dumplings in the Tri-Cities. And don't forget about their world-famous barbecue and sauce. Dine in or carry out at K&L Barbecue. Call 458-4241. That's 458-4241 for K&L Barbecue.
Uh-oh, stranded on the side of the road, flat tire, dead battery, no worries. Tucker Towing Service, LLC has got your back. Whether it's cars, trucks, motorcycles, or trailers, we're here to get you moving again. Need a jump start or a tire change? We do that too. Proudly serving Hopewell, VA, and surrounding areas. We're fast, reliable, and just a call away. Call Tucker Towing at 804-920-4383 or email us at tuckerstowingservice@gmail.com. Tucker Towing Service, LLC, your roadside lifeline.
Looking to buy, sell, or invest in real estate? Let Keith and Mandy at Hourglass Realty Group guide you and your family through the journey of home ownership for years to come. With over 17 years of experience as multi-million-dollar producers, they specialize in residential and commercial properties across Richmond, Chesterfield, the Tri-Cities, and surrounding areas. As partner agents with Veterans United, they take pride in helping active and retired veterans find the perfect home. Plus, Keith is a licensed notary for your convenience. Call 804-712-0188. That's 804-712-0188 today and visit them at 11801 Center Street in Chester. They're online at hourglassrealtygroup.com.
I just want to encourage everybody listening today. Your health matters. Your peace matters. You don't have to settle for feeling exhausted, stressed, or just stuck wherever you are. God gave us everything we need. Simple, powerful gifts from the earth to support our bodies naturally. It's not complicated. It's not overwhelming. It's just about taking one small step back to what He originally intended. You deserve to feel amazing. And natural solutions are really closer than you think. It's just a text, a phone call, or a stop by Car Brothers away.
Start your wellness journey today. Reach out to Tony Carr Hathaway. She's been waiting for you. Text wellness to 804-212-8571.
This is The Bottom Line with Steve the Truth Nugent.
And the truth will set you free.
He covers everything from high school to the pros and everything in between here in the Tri-Cities. Now, let's go to Steve the Truth with The Bottom Line.
That's right, folks. I am Steve the Truth here at Fox Sports Radio Studios alongside of Harry Clary and, of course, the one, the only, Rick Morris. How y'all fellas doing today, man?
I'm doing pretty good. I decided to blow it out this weekend. I got drunk, wrestled a grizzly, kissed a pretty girl, and I didn't get them mixed up this time.
That's always a good thing there, Rick. Did you have that much fun this weekend, Rick?
Yeah, we played at Great American Ranch Friday night, and we had a blast, so it was great.
Yeah, I saw some of the pictures on Facebook that I think you put up that y'all were there Friday. That was great. And we are, and today is Overreaction Monday in the National Football League. We'll talk about that over the next 2 hours and get you straight. Keith Wagner will be with us from Hourglass Realty Group in the second half hour as well. But first, get you caught up on what's happening in today's news, of course. Well, let's talk about what we did this weekend. I'll start. This weekend, of course, I got to celebrate my wife's birthday on Friday by cooking her steaks and crab legs late Friday night. And then Saturday was my granddaughter's birthday. We went out to the Little League baseball game over there in Richmond, where we come up a little short to the team. But, hey, can't win them all. As a Dolphin fan, I'm used to that. And then we had a sleepover for my 8-year-old granddaughter, which was a lot of fun. And then Saturday, one of the newest members of WHAP, and that is Chip Cook. Harry, you got a chance to hear some of him, too. And
yes, I did. He played Into the Night by Benny Mardones. He played a lot of my favorite songs. I love the songs Chip plays.
Yeah, it was really, really good. I gave him a call, and he gave a shout-out to my granddaughter for her birthday, and she said, I never thought I was going to get a birthday wish over the radio. I said, well, welcome to being 8 years old. And, yeah, Chip sounded real good, and, of course, I've talked to a couple other people that said that he sounded great as well.
What grade is she in this year?
She is in the 3rd grade.
3rd grade. 3 hardest years of my life.
I know. Yep, and my grandson's in the 5th grade. I had so much fun in the 5th grade, I did it twice. Yeah, but, of course, Friday night, Hopewell Blue Devils didn't have a football game. They were on a bye. They could take on Thomas Jefferson, this Friday night. You can hear the game right here on WHAP 1340, Fox Sports Radio. And, like I said, big game, Thomas Jefferson. I'm going to go over the high school football. I got a segment coming up here later shortly about high school football and a big game that the Dinwiddie Generals ended up winning over Highland Springs 28-21. That's a big win for the Generals. Of course, Hopewell plays them in a couple weeks. They're on their schedule, too, so it's going to be a tough task for Coach Irby and the Blue Devils against Dinwiddie. But, hey, they're on the schedule. You got to play them. It should be fun. And we're also going to talk college football, and we'll try to let you hear Brian Kelly's press conference that he had Saturday with LSU defeating Florida 20-10, and there's a good clip that he had on Saturday. We'll have that in the second half hour of the show as well and give you the top 20 in the college football rankings right now. And, of course, the big news of the weekend, if you're local, very, very local, and that is the firing of the head coach for Virginia Tech. We'll go over that in the college part. But, the Hokies did fire Brent Pray after a loss to ODU. He opened his tenure with Virginia Tech in 2022 with a loss to Old Dominion. He ended it with a thud Saturday night with a home loss to the Monarchs as well. So the Hokies will be in the market of looking for a head coach, but we'll go in depth a little bit more than that later in the show, getting you caught up with everything that's happening. Of course, if you want to call us, it's 804-458-9427. That's 804-458-WHAP. And if you want to text us, that's 804-698-0754. Give us a text, and we'll try to get your thoughts on the air. But, Harry, just like we do every Monday night at this time, we start with...
It's time for On This Date in Sports History with Harry Clary, brought to you by Car Brothers, the gathering place located at 3100 Jackson Farm Road. Now, here's Harry.
Okay, on this day in history, on this day in 1946, the Brooklyn Dodgers and the Chicago Cubs game was called when players, umpires, and fans were attacked by gnats.
By gnats?
By gnats. Not the Nationals, well, just the insects.
Yeah.
That should go under on this day in weird sports history.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. In 1978, on this day in history, Muhammad Ali defeated Leon Spinks to win his 3rd World Heavyweight Boxing title. I remember that well. Okay, and in 1996, the Baltimore Orioles hit 243 home runs during their season to set the record for the most home runs.
Yeah, we are the home of the Baltimore Orioles here in the Tri-Cities, WHAP.
Yes, we are, and they beat the New York Yankees' former record of 240 home runs. They have a strong history of home runs, those New York Yankees do.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and in 1998, Mark McGwire hit his 63rd home run of the season when he was on his way to many more.
Yeah.
Okay, we skipped one, and I don't know how I skipped this because it's one of my favorite baseball players of all time. You remember Ozzie Smith?
Yeah.
Used to do the...
backflip.
backflip gymnastics and stuff. And this one doesn't surprise me at all because he was a magician, no doubt about it.
Mm-hmm.
Ozzie Smith sets Major League Baseball record for 1,554 double plays.
That's great.
That's a lot of double plays.
Yeah.
And also, we have birthdays today. Gaylord Perry was born on this day in 1935. Merlin Olsen was born on this day in 1940. We know he played for the Rams. He was on, what was the Little House on the Prairie?
He did play on Little House on the Prairie, yep. And he played on the Rams back in the day when they were
the Fearsome
Foursome.
Fearsome Foursome, yes.
Mm-hmm.
Can you name the other players?
Ooh, that's a good question now.
It was Roosevelt Greer, Deacon Jones, callers.
You want to call up if you know that they're the fourth.
Whoever you are, you're going to be old like me if you know this. And last but not least, Steve the Truth Nugent's favorite quarterback
of all time
whose
to never win a championship.
Whose birthday is
it? It is Dan Marino's.
That's right. He was born in 1961.
Yep.
And that tops it off for On This Day in Sports History.
Yeah, brought to you by Carr Brothers, located right there at 3100 Jackson Farm Road. We'll try to be there this afternoon. Of course, the first football game starts at 7 o'clock tonight. It is Tampa Bay taking on Houston. We'll keep you up to date in our second hour of that score. And I want to give Johnny Heretic, he's listening, and he said, how about them Wahoos? Of course, we did win this weekend against William and Mary, 55-16, I think it was, or something to that. Let me see. Yes, it was 55-16. We were up 62-7. I was watching it on my phone between the ball games there at this past week in the Little League Hopewell Youth Football League. And we got another game this week. We'll be playing Under the Lights at 6:30. And I did talk to the powers to be just before we came on air. And we will be putting a few of the Little League games on Saturday, September 27th. It's the homecoming for the Hopewell Youth Football League here in Hopewell. And me and Jarrett Brown, who was former Metro Player of the Year here in Hopewell when they won the state championship back in 2003, 2004. He'll be sitting in the box with me to call them couple games on that Saturday. Should be fun.
Oh, yeah, JB.
Yeah.
One of the greatest Hopewell players of all time.
And speaking of one of the greatest, if not the greatest, Travion Henderson yesterday, him and his Patriots took on my Miami Dolphins. And Trey, so far as yardage-wise, did pretty good, but he did have some blocking assignments that he was called. I believe he was called 3 times for holding on Chubb when the blitz came and this, that, and the other. But he's a rookie. He'll learn. He'll learn. But when he runs the ball, he puts his head down and runs over somebody.
If I'm a coach, I would rather my running back blocking would hold and protect the quarterback than let him through. Yeah. And all reports say Travion is a great pass blocker.
Oh, yeah. He's, like I said, and that game was exciting, but we'll talk more about that game coming up with our headlines very shortly. Our headlines of the National Football League. And, Rick, real quick, we'll talk about it in the second half hour, the way the Denver Broncos, or should I say your Denver Broncos, lost the game yesterday. It was exciting, but your thoughts on that play call, because I'm pretty sure you can call that flag just about every time a field goal is kicked.
It took 3 hours off of Rick's life.
It did. I jumped off the chair when they missed the field goal. I was screaming for joy, and I'm like, what?
Yeah. Oh, no. And the way that rule is written, that is you cannot touch the center. Now, they had him jumping up trying to block the ball and landing on the center because he's defenseless, because he's
long snapper.
Yeah, the long snapper. But you could probably call that after listening to some of the national shows and some of the local shows, like the Pat McAfee show. I'm a big fan of his. And they were talking about it today. Of course, he's a Colt fan, so he's ecstatic that they won the game. And they're 2-0, and Daniel Jones is looking like Tom Brady. And it's unbelievable.
Well, he looks like Jim Carrey, actually.
He is the first quarterback to go 2-0 and not throw any interceptions since 2010, I believe. And that was Peyton Manning that did it then for the Indianapolis Colts.
Right. That's because he gets in the huddle and says, all righty then.
Yeah.
Yeah, they scored on all 10 of their first drives.
Start the season.
Yeah, first 10 drives, they scored on all of them.
So, Rick, that gives you and I something in common.
Yeah.
My Dolphins and your Broncos have been beat by the Colts.
I see a big revenge game coming during the playoffs.
Yeah, and you know they call that the Peyton Manning Bowl. Because he won a Super Bowl with Denver, and he won a Super Bowl with the Colts.
Yeah.
There's only been a couple of quarterbacks that did that.
You're exactly right. And it's just about 15 minutes past the hour of 6 o'clock. This is The Bottom Line with Steve the Truth, featuring Harry Clary and Rick Morse. And Harry, 40 years ago, 1985, I was 14, and the Diamond opened up. And yesterday they had their last game as for the Diamond, that they're going to open a new facility that's right next door. I think it's the CarMax or something similar to that, who is sponsoring that new stadium. And they had 9,000 people there yesterday for the last game.
I played music there twice.
Oh.
Yeah, once for a chili cook-off and once with Rick Morse. Oh, no, that wasn't the Diamond one, was it? Yeah, it was the Diamond.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, we played it. Yes, I played the Diamond twice.
Yeah, and like I said, it's they're not closing it down, but they are going to keep it open just in case. It's a new stadium supposed to open up in April of next year, 2026. But the VCU Rams, their baseball team, will continue playing there as well, and they let fans on the field yesterday to scoop up the dirt and put it in a bag to where you can keep the keepsake. And of course, the Richmond Times-Dispatch has a great keepsake on the back page of the first page, A12, on Monday's paper today. It says, "Thank you, Richmond," and it's from 1985 to 2025. That's 40 years of baseball right here. And I was there when most of these guys that were there yesterday. In 1989, I was at the game when we won the pennant there, and it's kind of ironic that Bobby Cox, he passed away Saturday, late Saturday night, early Sunday morning. He was the manager of the Atlanta Braves because we were the farm team then, and Grady Little was the manager of the Richmond Braves when they won the championship back in 1990.
Yeah, I think Dion had a little incident there one time.
Yeah, he played left field. I saw Dion play there. I saw Chipper Jones play there. Kelso, the first baseman.
We walked right up to Chipper Jones when we went to Camden Yards.
Oh, mm-hmm. Oh,
well,
yeah.
I did.
Yeah, yeah. And that was the late night sports show right here with WHAP.
Yes, it was. We got to be in the locker room, meet all the people. They were really nice to us.
Yeah, Johnny. The pictures I got several pictures of that. And Johnny Bench was standing there, and Luke Scott for the Baltimore Orioles, and
Boog Powell selling hot dogs.
Yeah, it was a really fun time. That's when, like I said, that's when we first got into radio 17 years. Well, me personally, 17 years ago, and that was a great. The late night sports show was a good show, and it was great. And like I said, we had the opportunity to do a lot of things, and hey, we're back on the radio now. And look, Chip Cook's following us back here too as well, and of course with the lineup that we got every day and on Saturday mornings throughout the day Saturday. So like I said, be sure to check us out. We're on 1340 AM, 96.9 FM, and anywhere in the world at WHAPradio.com. And we'll take your phone calls as well, 804-458-WHAP. That's 804-458-9427. And you can text us at 804-698-0754. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we're going to talk high school football, Harry and Rick. Big scores this past week, and I mentioned Dinwiddie had a big win. Thomas Jefferson had a big win, and we'll get you set for this weekend coming up as well in high school sports. You're listening to Fox Sports Radio right here on WHAP, The Point.
Hi, this is Andy Clark with Ligon Jones Insurance Services. We're proud to give back to our community by supporting local youth sports and encourage you all to get out and cheer for your team. We're a local independent agent representing Erie Insurance and several others. Give us a call at 804-458-8522 or stop by our new location at 5392 Prince George Drive, Suite B, and let us show you what old-fashioned customer service feels like. We can be your insurance concierge and save you money. www.ligonjones.com.
I just want to encourage everybody listening today. Your health matters. Your peace matters. You don't have to settle for feeling exhausted, stressed, or just stuck wherever you are. God gave us everything we need. Simple, powerful gifts from the earth to support our bodies naturally. It's not complicated. It's not overwhelming. It's just about taking one small step back to what He originally intended. You deserve to feel amazing. And natural solutions are really closer than you think. It's just a text, a phone call, or stop by Car Brothers away.
Start your wellness journey today. Reach out to Tony Carr Hathaway. She's been waiting for you. Text wellness to 804-212-8571.
Hemco, a family-owned business which operates as a full-service buyer, processor, and seller. Hemco purchases, collects, processes, then remits any and all salvageable materials such as copper, brass, aluminum, stainless steel, and much more for the recycling industry. That's Hemco, Hopewell Iron and Metal Company, located at 213 South 6th Avenue, Hopewell, Virginia. For services or questions, call Hemco at 458-8514. Open Monday through Fridays, 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. That's Hemco, Hopewell Iron and Metal Company.
Looking to buy, sell, or invest in real estate? Let Keith and Mandy at Hourglass Realty Group guide you and your family through the journey of home ownership for years to come. With over 17 years of experience as multi-million-dollar producers, they specialize in residential and commercial properties across Richmond, Chesterfield, the Tri-Cities, and surrounding areas. As partner agents with Veterans United, they take pride in helping active and retired veterans find the perfect home. Plus, Keith is a licensed notary for your convenience. Call 804-712-0188. That's 804-712-0188 today and visit them at 11801 Center Street in Chester. They're online at hourglassrealtygroup.com.
Uh-oh, stranded on the side of the road, flat tire, dead battery, no worries. Tucker Towing Service, LLC has got your back. Whether it's cars, trucks, motorcycles, or trailers, we're here to get you moving again. Need a jump start or a tire change? We do that too. Proudly serving Hopewell, VA, and surrounding areas. We're fast, reliable, and just a call away. Call Tucker Towing at 804-920-4383 or email us at tuckerstowingservice@gmail.com. Tucker Towing Service, LLC, your roadside lifeline.
Why didn't you just tell me the truth? Now, let's get back to Steve the Truth with the bottom line.
That's what I said. That's right. We are back here at the bottom line, taking a look at your scoreboard right now. At 7 o'clock, it is Tampa Bay taking on Houston in the National Football League. You can check that out on ABC and ESPN. And then at 10 o'clock on ESPN, it is the Las Vegas Raiders, the undefeated Las Vegas Raiders, taking on the undefeated Los Angeles Chargers. So that's Las Vegas taking on Los Angeles in Vegas. And whoever wins that is going to be 2 games up. If the Raiders win, they'll be 2 games up on Kansas City. Yep. If the Chargers win, they'll be 2.5 games up on Kansas City because they already defeated them. How about that for a change of pace after Kansas City looked the way they did yesterday? And I don't know if y'all saw that play when Travis Kelce, the ball went right through his hands and it was intercepted. I'm just saying, Travis Kelce is my tight end in my fantasy league, and I'm down by 1 point. I wouldn't be down by 1 point if he would have caught that ball.
That was Taylor Swift's fault.
Yeah. That was a Swiftie, yes it was.
Take it off, Travis.
Yeah, so like I said, the second half of the show.
That was a travesty.
Yeah. The second half of the show, we'll get you caught up with all the football yesterday and the college. Looking at the Major League Baseball schedule tonight, that kind of gets lost during the first couple of weeks of football season until it get to the playoffs. At 6:40 tonight, Chicago takes on Pittsburgh, and then 6:45 is Atlanta taking on Washington right here in Washington. 7:35 is Toronto taking on Tampa Bay. Our Baltimore Orioles are at the Chicago White Sox. First pitch 7:40. And then the New York Yankees taking on Minnesota at 7:40, and Cincinnati taking on St. Louis. First pitch at 7:45 tonight, and 8:10 is Texas taking on Houston. That's your Major League update, brought to you by Hourglass Realty Group. Speaking of Hourglass Realty Group, Keith Wagner with Hourglass Realty Group will be with us in the second half of the show. We'll talk about some of the listings that he has right now and how he can help you find a home here in the Tri-City and Richmond area, and talk about his Commanders and what he thinks about that. Of course, Washington played Thursday. We're only on weekdays that on Mondays. I get it straight. So what your thoughts real quick, Harry, on the Washington Commanders game against Green Bay on Thursday night?
I don't think they're playing. They
played this past Thursday,
right,
against Green Bay.
Right,
and Green Bay defeated them.
Well, yeah, I watched the game, and I predicted before the season started that Jaden Daniels would have a sophomore slump. I predicted that Washington would not have quite the season they had last year. Don't get me wrong, ladies and gentlemen. I think they have a great team. That defense is really good. Jaden Daniels is the man. McLaurin hasn't really come in yet. They don't really have an identity at running back. But they have a great future. And the Packers, they're the youngest team in the league. And they have some injuries and problems, and they're working right on through it. When they get everybody healthy, they're going to be a good team next 3-4 years.
Yeah, and, of course, Daniels right now has a knee injury. He is questionable for the game this Sunday, but it's still early. But we're talking about the Green Bay Packers. I talked to a big Green Bay Packer fan today, and that's T.J. McCall. Bart Starr won his first Super Bowl at age 27. Brett Favre won his first Super Bowl at age 27.
Now, how old is Jordan Love?
Hey, Aaron Rodgers won his first Super Bowl with Green Bay at 27, and Jordan Love is 27. Would that be crazy or what?
And the other crazy thing,
that would be.
The other crazy thing is there was a big trade for Charles Woodson when
they won the Super Bowl.
When they won and then there was a big trade for Reggie White when they won the Super Bowl. And now there's been a big trade for Micah Parsons. So we've got two coincidences going there.
We're not crowning them champions yet, but I'm just saying. They're looking pretty good in the first 2 weeks.
Right. The red carpet's rolled out for them. They just have to play the game.
And speaking of that, playing the game, an old friend of ours that used to come in and sit with us all the time and finally has time to listen to the show, just text me and says, good to hear your voice. And he's grateful that the Dolphins are entering the Colts drought. That's Frank McQuaige, who been here in studio with us before and is a big-time listener of The Bottom Line. Frank, thanks so much, man, for tuning in tonight. And, of course, your Colts are 2-0, looking pretty good, and they look really good. So with that, we're going to switch gears here to high school football, get you set for this weekend in high school football. Of course, TJ defeated Amelia 44-6. We say that because Thomas Jefferson plays here in Hopewell this week. Hopewell comes in 1-1, and TJ comes in at 2-0. In the big game I spoke of earlier, the Dinwiddie Generals defeated Highland Springs 28-21 in overtime after Dinwiddie was down by 2 touchdowns. And they come back and won the game. And nice little write-up in the Richmond Times today talking about that. And they said Harry Dalton, who, of course, Harry Dalton, he broke the all-time Richmond record for career TDs and accounted for, he finished with 160 and a record of 11,282 yards. And he's a freshman at USC. Number 23. And everybody wrote us off. This is the quarterback for the Dinwiddie Generals. Everybody wrote us off when Harry left, but we can see that we're still here, and that's a big win. The Dinwiddie Generals are 3-0 and ranked number 5 in the Times-Dispatch top 10 and hasn't missed a beat. And like I said, big win to beat Highland Springs 28-21. Of course, Nottoway defeated Colonial Heights, another local team, 33-6. Petersburg, of course, they were undefeated coming into Southampton. Went to Southampton. Southampton beat them 30-20. Another big game. I believe this is Class 4, Varana and IC Norcom. Varana defeated them 58-0 because IC Norcom used to be a Class 3 team. They have moved up to Class 4. And another team that's playing extremely well in high school football, and that's Glen Allen. They defeated Patrick Henry 34-7. And I want to give a big shout out to Big Woody for sending us all the scores last week. I mean, Big Woody, you do a great job, man. If you get a chance, give us a call, 804-458-9427. Be glad to get you on the air and talk a little bit of high school football with you as well. I know you're a busy guy. And taking a look at the games this week, y'all, man. TJ takes on Hopewell. Colonial Heights is at that same Southampton team that beat Petersburg. And like I said, Petersburg's head coach is a first-year head coach, but he was a former pro athlete, Jerome Mathis, I think it is, and he's getting that team set. Petersburg is on a bye this week, but in 2 weeks they play Colonial Heights. So that's going to be a big game here in the Tri-Cities. And, of course, Prince George had a bye week. They take on Douglas Freeman at 7 o'clock. This Friday night. So that gets you caught up. And as I said before, just like always for the last 60-some years, I suppose, Hopewell Blue Devils football will be right here on WHAP Friday night. So if you get a chance, be sure to tune in to that. And that is our high school coverage of the week, and it's brought to you by K&L, where friends meet to eat. And Harry, your thoughts, man, on yesterday, pro football.
Boy, it was a lot of surprises, I thought. I was really surprised by how well Russell Wilson played. He threw the long ball excellently. He just dropped them right in there. And I'm like, this guy hasn't played like this in 3 or 4 years. He played terrible for the Steelers. He didn't play so good for the Broncos.
No, he didn't.
And all of a sudden, he looks like him and Pete Carroll got back together.
He does. He looked incredible yesterday, but a lot of it, and like I said, the last play of the game, not the last one, but the interception that set up the field goal, you could tell he was just throwing that ball up, and the receiver was running a different route, and it was intercepted by the Dallas Cowboys to get them a chance to kick the field goal. Now, let's give a little bit of credit to the kicker for the Dallas Cowboys. And like I said, he is probably the most valuable piece of any team that, fantasy or in the National Football League. And the way Olsen was saying it yesterday when he was commentating that, you got to look at it totally different. And when you have a kicker like that, all you got to do is get to the 48. You get to midfield, and you got a chance to kick a field goal. They got to the 48-yard line, 46, and he made a 64-yard field goal to tie the game to send it into overtime. Then he made the winning field goal as time was expiring in overtime. He has become the first kicker to ever kick a tying field goal as time expired and the winning field goal in overtime as time expired yesterday.
He's definitely consistent as he can be. I don't know if y'all noticed, but Dak Prescott's time management was a little off yesterday. He let it run down to zeros a couple times.
Yeah, and did they get flagged on that?
Well, one of them wasn't so bad. They just went back 5 yards and punted. But it wasn't like he was trying to get them drawn off sides. They hiked the ball. And then too late.
And some of them plays, like go back to what you were talking about, the deep ball yesterday. Them receivers for the Giants, they just ran past the defenders, and the defenders had to keep. And that one play, he had his hands in his face where he couldn't see the ball and still caught the ball. And that's good stuff from the Giants, but I don't think you'll be able to have a whole season like that at scoring 37 points.
And then the linebacker for the Giants had 4 penalties called on one drive and then went into a fighting frenzy when he got on the sideline because they took him out of the game.
Yeah, and like I said, the penalties, the Giants had 9 penalties in the first half. And that set a record. And then 4 on that one player, and then he got
and then
very.
The guy they replaced him with committed a penalty on the first play he got in.
And we say this every year. The National Football League, the first 4 weeks of the year, they're going to work on holding. They're going to throw a flag on holding. This from 4 to 8, they're going to focus on something else, pass interference, this, that, and the other. From 9 to 12, they're going to focus on, but from 12 until 13 to 18, they're going to bring the flags back, and then when you get to the playoffs, and
then they focus on Taylor Swift.
Yeah, and then when you get to the Super Bowl, it's you barely see a flag, unless it's really noticeable.
They should let them play in the playoffs.
Yeah, and like I said, it was a fun game to watch. I'm a Dallas Cowboy fan via my grandson and my son-in-law, and we had all 4 games. We had 4 games on the TV at once, and the Dolphin game and the Cowboy game was right beside one another. And as them games were ending, they were mirroring one another. New England was up 30-27 on one screen, and the Giants were up 30-27 on the Dallas Cowboys on the other screen. And as it was unfolding, it was all the same. And same way with you yesterday when it was 33-27. We scored a touchdown, and it says the running back stepped out of bounds at the 26-yard line, but he went on and scored a touchdown. I jumped off the couch and ran up to the TV and said, man, we were an extra point away from winning this game, 34-33, but they moved it back to the 26-yard line. And then for some reason, Tua turned the ball over. He couldn't.
That's his name.
Yeah, he couldn't do it, and he took 2 sacks there in the last 30 seconds, and that's not a good way to end the game, and we lose. The Dolphins lose 33-27. But I really like our offense. I know there's a lot been said about Tyreek Hill and the receivers with Tua. He missed him wide open yesterday, threw it 15 foot over his head, and it was a lot of plays in there to where we should have won that game and didn't, due to, I believe, the quarterback and his mistakes. Same way with the first week, 2 interceptions and a fumble. And we're taking on the Buffalo Bills this Thursday. So there's a good chance Miami will be 0-3, but I'm used to it.
The good news is division teams aren't scared of each other.
Right.
You know what I mean? It doesn't matter how good one of them is and how bad one of them is. They're going to play each other twice. And a division game is the hardest game in the NFL to predict.
I think the New England Patriots are 100% better than they were this time last year. Of course, they got a new coach, Grable, and he's good.
Drake May looked great.
Yeah, he threw the ball well, and that whole offense looked pretty good. And then the same way with the Miami Dolphins, we're giving up 66 points. We're averaging 33 points giving up a game and only scoring 17. And you're not going to win a game like that. And now with us traveling to Buffalo, the only positive thing about traveling to Buffalo after being 0-2 is when they do come back to us, we'll be in Florida in December playing them and not Buffalo.
Well, Achane finds a way to score every week.
Yeah, he scored the go-ahead touchdown. He stepped out of bounds at the 26-yard line. He would have had another 6 points, which would have
won my game for me.
Yeah, fantasy-wise.
Hey, but it's still up in the air.
Yep. We're going to take a break. It is just about 23 minutes toward the hour of 7 o'clock. And like I said, if you want to give us a call or text, 804-698-0754. Give me a text. And if you want to give us a call, 804-458-9427. That's 458 WHAP. Harry, when we come back, we're going to talk a little bit, and Rick, we're going to talk about them Wahoos with the big win, 55-16 over William and Mary, and Virginia Tech coming up a little short to ODU. And I mentioned it earlier, they did fire their coach, so I'm looking to be in Charlottesville this Saturday after Thanksgiving for us to have a chance to win that game.
I thought you were going to take over the coaching job.
No.
That's what I thought you were going to say, too.
No, I'm good.
I thought you were going to segue that one right in there, Steve.
And we're going to talk about the top 20 in the college football league, of course, college football league, and college football. And, of course, the Ohio State still ranked number 1, but we'll go through the scores. And I'll talk about a wager that I made on Friday night, a 3-game parlay that I did. And I thought I was going to a winner, guaranteed winner. But I'll tell you that when I come back of how we lost that. You're listening to The Bottom Line right here on WHAP, The Point.
K&L Barbecue at 1410 Maple Street, inside Cavalier Square, Hopewell, wants you to know they have great specials on the daily menu, such as hamburger steaks, grilled chicken, a lightly fried chicken sandwich, and of course, the best chicken and dumplings in the Tri-Cities. And don't forget about their world-famous barbecue and sauce. Dine in or carry out at K&L Barbecue. Call 458-4241. That's 458-4241 for K&L Barbecue.
Uh-oh, stranded on the side of the road, flat tire, dead battery, no worries. Tucker Towing Service, LLC has got your back. Whether it's cars, trucks, motorcycles, or trailers, we're here to get you moving again. Need a jump start or a tire change? We do that too. Proudly serving Hopewell, VA, and surrounding areas. We're fast, reliable, and just a call away. Call Tucker Towing at 804-920-4383 or email us at tuckerstowingservice@gmail.com. Tucker Towing Service, LLC, your roadside lifeline.
Hi, this is Andy Clark with Ligon Jones Insurance Services. We're proud to give back to our community by supporting local youth sports and encourage you all to get out and cheer for your team. We're a local independent agent representing Erie Insurance and several others. Give us a call at 804-458-8522 or stop by our new location at 5392 Prince George Drive, Suite B, and let us show you what old-fashioned customer service feels like. We can be your insurance concierge and save you money. www.ligonjones.com.
Looking to buy, sell, or invest in real estate? Let Keith and Mandy at Hourglass Realty Group guide you and your family through the journey of home ownership for years to come. With over 17 years of experience as multi-million-dollar producers, they specialize in residential and commercial properties across Richmond, Chesterfield, the Tri-Cities, and surrounding areas. As partner agents with Veterans United, they take pride in helping active and retired veterans find the perfect home. Plus, Keith is a licensed notary for your convenience. Call 804-712-0188. That's 804-712-0188 today and visit them at 11801 Center Street in Chester. They're online at hourglassrealtygroup.com.
Carr Brothers, located at 3100 Jackson Farm Road here in Hopewell. The Gathering Place has great salads, specials every day, and without a doubt, the best burger in town. Call for carryout at 458-4144. That's 458-4144. Carr Brothers.
Hemco, a family-owned business which operates as a full-service buyer, processor, and seller. Hemco purchases, collects, processes, then remits any and all salvageable materials such as copper, brass, aluminum, stainless steel, and much more for the recycling industry. That's Hemco, Hopewell Iron and Metal Company, located at 213 South 6th Avenue, Hopewell, Virginia. For services or questions, call Hemco at 458-8514. Open Monday through Fridays, 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. That's Hemco, Hopewell Iron and Metal Company.
911 is the number that can save civilians' lives. 1-800-COP-LINE is the number that can save yours. Did you know more cops die by suicide than in the line of duty? Talk to a cop who cares. Call 1-800-COP-LINE or visit VAFirstResponderWellness.org. The life you save could be your own. Paid for by the Virginia Department of Criminal Justice Services.
I just want to encourage everybody listening today. Your health matters. Your peace matters. You don't have to settle for feeling exhausted, stressed, or just stuck wherever you are. God gave us everything we need. Simple,
you took Cincinnati, Green Bay, Buffalo, New England,
naturally.
The Rams,
Baltimore,
San Francisco, Dallas, Detroit, Arizona, and Philly.
Back to what
you took Denver and Minnesota, both of those.
You deserve to feel amazing. And natural solutions are really closer than you think. It's just a text, a phone call, or a stop by Carr Brothers away.
Start your wellness journey today. Reach out to Tony Carr Hathaway. She's been waiting for you. Text wellness to 804-212-8571.
This is Donovan McNabb, and you're listening to The Bottom Line with Steve Nugent right here on Sports Radio 1340 WHAP Hopewell.
Why didn't you just tell me the truth? Now, let's get back to Steve the Truth with the bottom line. That's what I
said. All right, we're back here at the studios. We want to thank everybody for joining us. It is just about quarter till the hour of 7 o'clock. And right now we're going to go through the top 20 of college football. Coming in at number 1 is The Ohio State. They got 55 votes, total points 1631. And Penn State coming in number 2 and with 1490. LSU is number 3. Miami of Florida is number 4, and Georgia is number 5. Fellas, did y'all get a chance? I know y'all were busy this weekend at the production meeting that we were talking about earlier. That did you get a chance to see the ending of the Georgia-Tennessee game this past Saturday?
I did not.
It was Tennessee had a chance to win. It was 38-38. And it was a great crowd, 100,000 people there, in Tennessee. Fun to watch. They missed the field goal to go ahead, so it goes into overtime where Georgia ended up winning the game. And that's, I think, the 8th time Georgia has beat Tennessee in recent years. So that's a big deal. And Tennessee, of course, the Southeastern Conference is supposedly where it's at. So Georgia has moved up to number 5, and there for a while Georgia has been a contender for the playoffs. Now they got the top 12 going in there, so I'm pretty sure they'll be there at the end. And Florida State, Oregon's ranked 6th, and Florida State is ranked 7th. Now, Florida State wasn't ranked at all at the beginning of the season after last year and the year before, where 2 years ago they got left out of the playoffs when they should have been in. Undefeated team didn't even make it because it was back then just 4 teams. And then this year they play UVA coming up here at UVA in the next couple of weeks. So that's a big game there for Florida State and UVA. Texas is number 8. Of course, Archie Manning is, of course, coming into the season. He was a Heisman Trophy candidate, but after 3 weeks, I think that has went to the wayside right now. It's other players out there performing better than him, unless he does something really spectacular over the next month and a half throwing the football. I doubt if he'll be in the talks of the Heisman Trophy. Illinois is ranked number 9, and Texas A&M ranked number 10. Now, Texas A&M come back and defeated Notre Dame. Notre Dame is 0-2 after making that run last year in the national championship. You're making it through the national championship game, and they are 0-2 to start the season, which is surprising.
And you remember Sway Valilla that used to debate on the radio. He is the chaplain at Notre Dame now.
Yes, he is.
That's similar to Kansas City, though, too.
Oh, the Chiefs, yeah.
Going to the championship.
Yeah, Kansas City. Maybe they got that hangover, losing the national championship or the Super Bowl and coming out 0-2.
Remember Dallas was 0-2 one year. They won the Super Bowl.
That was the holdout.
Emmitt Smith holdout.
Yeah, it sure was. And then Oklahoma, they're ranked number 11th. Ohio State is 12th. And Ole Miss is 13th. Alabama is still in there, ranked 14th. They won this past weekend 73-0 as well. And we'll talk about that parlay here in a minute. And number 15 is Tennessee. They dropped to number 15. Utah, number 16. Texas Tech, 17. Georgia Tech is 18. Indiana, 19. Rounding out the top 20 is Vanderbilt. And, of course, Vanderbilt's going to have to play Alabama here very soon, so we'll see how that works out as well. That is your top 20 college football rankings for week number 4 in college football. And that's brought to you by Fishtails, located right here on West Broadway here in Hopewell. I do want to take a moment here with about 12 minutes toward the hour. A big listener of our show and been a big supporter of WHAP throughout the years. He had his wife pass away recently, and that's Larry Scarce. He just texted me and said he was listening. Larry, we appreciate you, man. God, we are in our prayers. Godspeed to you. And, if you need anything, please let us know. And like I said, we really appreciate your support. So with that, we're going to take a quick break, a real quick one, Harry. We'll be back, and we'll talk about our picks from last week of the National Football League and how well some of us did and how well some of us didn't do. So we'll be right back. You're listening to The Bottom Line right here on WHAP, The Point.
Carr Brothers, located at 3100 Jackson Farm Road here in Hopewell. The Gathering Place has great salads, specials every day, and without a doubt, the best burger in town. Call for carryout at 458-4144. That's 458-4144. Carr Brothers.
Looking to buy, sell, or invest in real estate? Let Keith and Mandy at Hourglass Realty Group guide you and your family through the journey of home ownership for years to come. With over 17 years of experience as multi-million-dollar producers, they specialize in residential and commercial properties across Richmond, Chesterfield, the Tri-Cities, and surrounding areas. As partner agents with Veterans United, they take pride in helping active and retired veterans find the perfect home. Plus, Keith is a licensed notary for your convenience. Call 804-712-0188. That's 804-712-0188 today and visit them at 11801 Center Street in Chester. They're online at hourglassrealtygroup.com.
Hi, this is Andy Clark with Ligon Jones Insurance Services. We're proud to give back to our community by supporting local youth sports and encourage you all to get out and cheer for your team. We're a local independent agent representing Erie Insurance and several others. Give us a call at 804-458-8522 or stop by our new location at 5392 Prince George Drive, Suite B, and let us show you what old-fashioned customer service feels like. We can be your insurance concierge and save you money. www.ligonjones.com.
Uh-oh, stranded on the side of the road, flat tire, dead battery, no worries. Tucker Towing Service, LLC has got your back. Whether it's cars, trucks, motorcycles, or trailers, we're here to get you moving again. Need a jump start or a tire change? We do that too. Proudly serving Hopewell, VA, and surrounding areas. We're fast, reliable, and just a call away. Call Tucker Towing at 804-920-4383. or email us at tuckerstowingservice@gmail.com. Tucker Towing Service, LLC, your roadside lifeline.
Himco, a family-owned business which operates as a full-service buyer, processor, and seller. Himco purchases, collects, processes, then remits any and all salvageable materials such as copper, brass, aluminum, stainless steel, and much more for the recycling industry. That's Himco, Hopewell Iron and Metal Company, located at 213 South 6th Avenue, Hopewell, Virginia. For services or questions, call Himco at 458-8514. Open Monday through Fridays, 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. That's Himco, Hopewell Iron and Metal Company.
Why didn't you just tell me the truth? Now, let's get back to Steve the Truth with the bottom line.
That's what I
said. All right, we're back here at the studios. It is just about 8 minutes toward the hour of 7 o'clock. Don't forget, there is a football game, 2 National Football League football games, and it's Tampa Bay taking on Houston. Kickoff at 7 o'clock, and then you got one at 10 o'clock, which is the Chargers taking on the Raiders. Now, taking a look at our picks and the records from last week, Harry Clary is sitting with 11 correct headed into the night. Rick's has 10 correct, and the Truth sitting there with only 8 correct. And tonight, Harry and Rick has Tampa Bay, and I have Houston, and we all have the Chargers to win tonight over the Raiders. Now, while we got this couple minutes before the hour, before we get there, I do want to talk about a couple of headlines, and one of them is the Pittsburgh Steelers. Did you see the play yesterday with the kickoff?
If you want to call it that.
Where the kickoff, the guy mishandled it, and he didn't touch it. He just let it roll in the end zone. That's a live football on a kickoff.
That's right.
And, you know, shouldn't he know the rules on that?
I would think so.
Well, I imagine that made Tomlin's eyes bug out more than they already are.
Yeah, probably so. And like I said, I really, like I said, that's a kickoff mistake, and it cost them the game. They lost 31-17. Now, headed into that game, you know, I guess we'd have to look at it and see. But Seattle now is looking pretty good.
That's surprising to me, but, Sam Darnold's a good quarterback, and kind of looks like Minnesota should have kept him.
Oh, yeah. Talk about another headliner, J.J. McCarthy last night. Came in last week and in the Monday Night Football in the fourth quarter, Rick, and threw the ball all over the place. Minnesota won an exciting football game. Last night they play Atlanta. Atlanta beats them 22-6. They don't even score. And his quarterback rating was 37.2. That was his quarterback rating. Look, compared to a quarterback rating, if you spiked it every time you had the ball, it would be 35.9. And his was 37.2. That's a terrible outing for a quarterback, a young quarterback.
That means that actually we could get a quarterback rating of at least 35 if we played.
Yeah. Speaking of that, a quarterback rating, I want to give a shout out. Of course, a lot of y'all do know I work here in town at the City of Hopewell, and I do have on some emergency tickets every now and then. But I did have one today, this afternoon, and I got to see Neil, Alex, and Joe. They all work for Virginia American Water Company, and right now they're sitting here somewhere in Hopewell. I won't say exactly where, but somewhere off of Elm Street here in the City of Hopewell, fixing a water leak. And they said they were going to tune in tonight, and I just got a text here. The text number, 804-698-0754. And, of course, he did, last week we did talk about the River and Roads Festival, which, Rick said he was going to try to make it there, but something happened with a family issue. You said you went down there briefly. I was there for about 2 hours, had a great time with the grandkids and all that good stuff. And, of course, the fishing tournament that had over 200 anglers on it Friday and Saturday, the 2-day fishing tournament. Neil fished in it, and he come up a pound or two short to make the cut for Saturday, but he's a big-time fisherman, and I want to give them guys at Virginia American Water Company a shout-out because we work hand-in-hand with them to make the City of Hopewell the best place that it can live possibly. How about that?
Good job, Steve.
So, Neil and them, we appreciate it. And one more headline I want to get to before we go into for the top of the hour. And we touched on it briefly, but I want to talk about it again. And that's the ending of the Denver-Indianapolis game with the play calling. I mean, the call there at the end of the game, he could call it any time, but at the end of the game. You think if that game was playing in Denver, get both of y'all's thoughts first. If that game was playing in Denver and it was 28 or whatever the score was, 28-26, and Denver was kicking the field goal, do you think they would have, or if you think they would have threw that flag if Indianapolis was trying to game winner in Denver?
Well, we know the umpires lean towards the home team.
Yes, they do. Now, Rick, your thoughts on it? I know you said it earlier about how, you say it again.
Well, if they were playing in Denver, I think it would have come out differently. But I do have to point out that J.K. Dobbins had the penalty for spiking the ball, which put us in position.
He just got up and spiked the ball. Ain't like he took it like Travis Kelce does and spikes the ball. He just got up and spiked the ball, and they called a penalty. I know this time of year, as I was talking about how they're, throwing flags to get people's attention. Hey, you can't do that. You can't do that. And I think that would have been a good no call.
And Bo Nix threw an interception, changing the trajectory of his pass because somebody had his hand up and he threw the ball weird and got picked off. And that could have been our win right there.
Yeah,
we wouldn't have been in that position at the end if that hadn't happened.
And same way with Miami yesterday. If New England wouldn't have missed them 2 extra points, we still would have had to score a touchdown and get 2 points because we were down 33-27, and they missed 2 extra points at the beginning of the game. We were down 12-0, and then they had the possession. New England had 22 minutes of the 30 minutes of the first half, and we were only down by 1 point, 15-14.
It's a shame in close games that one mistake or 2 mistakes determine the game.
Well, that's the name of the game, I guess.
Yeah. Football is shaped funny. Yeah. Most sports, the ball is round. You can predict the bounce, but football, you don't know where that thing's going.
You're exactly right. And like I said, Herm Edwards said it. We play to win the game. That's it. And Miami's talking about playoffs? No, we're 0-3. Not yet, but we will be Thursday. Well, that's going to do it for the first hour of the show. We'll be back, like I said, about 7:15 to 7:20. We'll have Keith Wagner with Hourglass Realty Group with us. We'll talk about some real estate that he's got available for you, and we'll talk about the Washington Commanders with him as well. And we're going to go through our picks and a lot of good stuff, and taking your calls, 458-9427. That's 458-WHAP. You're listening to The Bottom Line right here on WHAP, The Point.
This is Donovan McNabb, and you're listening to The Bottom Line with Steve Nugent right here on Sports Radio 1340 WHAP, Hopewell.
K&L Barbecue at 1410 Maple Street, inside Cavalier Square, Hopewell, wants you to know they have great specials on the daily menu, such as hamburger steaks, grilled chicken, a lightly fried chicken sandwich, and of course, the best chicken and dumplings in the Tri-Cities. And don't forget about their world-famous barbecue and sauce. Dine in or carry out at K&L Barbecue. Call 458-4241. That's 458-4241 for K&L Barbecue.
Uh-oh, stranded on the side of the road, flat tire, dead battery, no worries. Tucker Towing Service, LLC has got your back. Whether it's cars, trucks, motorcycles, or trailers, we're here to get you moving again. Need a jump start or a tire change? We do that too. Proudly serving Hopewell, VA, and surrounding areas. We're fast, reliable, and just a call away. Call Tucker Towing at 804-920-4383 or email us at tuckerstowingservice@gmail.com. Tucker Towing Service, LLC, your roadside lifeline.
Looking to buy, sell, or invest in real estate? Let Keith and Mandy at Hourglass Realty Group guide you and your family through the journey of home ownership for years to come. With over 17 years of experience as multi-million-dollar producers, they specialize in residential and commercial properties across Richmond, Chesterfield, the Tri-Cities, and surrounding areas. As partner agents with Veterans United, they take pride in helping active and retired veterans find the perfect home. Plus, Keith is a licensed notary for your convenience. Call 804-712-0188. That's 804-712-0188 today and visit them at 11801 Center Street in Chester. They're online at hourglassrealtygroup.com.
I just want to encourage everybody listening today. Your health matters. Your peace matters. You don't have to settle for feeling exhausted, stressed, or just stuck wherever you are. God gave us everything we need. Simple, powerful gifts from the earth to support our bodies naturally. It's not complicated. It's not overwhelming. It's just about taking one small step back to what He originally intended. You deserve to feel amazing. And natural solutions are really closer than you think. It's just a text, a phone call, or a stop by Car Brothers away.
Start your wellness journey today. Reach out to Tony Carr Hathaway. She's been waiting for you. Text wellness to 804-212-8571.
Hemco, a family-owned business which operates as a full-service buyer, processor, and seller. Hemco purchases, collects, processes, then remits any and all salvageable materials such as copper, brass, aluminum, stainless steel, and much more for the recycling industry. That's Hemco, Hopewell Iron and Metal Company, located at 213 South 6th Avenue, Hopewell, Virginia. For services or questions, call Hemco at 458-8514. Open Monday through Fridays, 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. That's Hemco, Hopewell Iron and Metal Company.
Hi, this is Andy Clark with Ligon Jones Insurance Services. We're proud to give back to our community by supporting local youth sports and encourage you all to get out and cheer for your team. We're a local independent agent representing Erie Insurance and several others. Give us a call at 804-458-8522 or stop by our new location at 5392 Prince George Drive, Suite B, and let us show you what old-fashioned customer service feels like. We can be your insurance concierge and save you money. www.ligonjones.com.
Car Brothers, located at 3100 Jackson Farm Road here in Hopewell. The Gathering Place has great salads, specials every day, and without a doubt, the best burger in town. Call for carryout at 458-4144. That's 458-4144. Car Brothers.
The Bottom Line with Steve the Truth Nugent.
And the truth will set you free.
He covers everything from high school to the pros and everything in between here in the Tri-Cities. Now, let's go to Steve the Truth with The Bottom Line.
All right, we are here.
We are here at The Bottom Line. This is Steve the Truth alongside Harry Clary and Rick Morris. And this is our second hour. Of course, coming up here soon is Keith Wagner of Hourglass Realty. But I believe we have somebody on the K&L Barbecue Hotline. Caller, are you there?
Yes, I'm here, and I've been listening faithfully to this radio broadcast this evening. Very interesting show tonight, fellows.
Well, I appreciate that. I hope that's in a positive way. And
it is.
Big Woody.
This is a positive way.
I want to say thank you to you, of course, for sending the football scores to us on Friday nights to keep us updated on that. And I'd like to just touch base with you again on your thoughts of the Dinwiddie Generals defeating Highland Springs. In your words, just how big of a win is that for Dinwiddie?
That's a huge win for Dinwiddie. And I'll tell you, and first of all, I don't get the Richmond Times. I believe you alluded to earlier in your broadcast that the Generals are ranked 5.
Yeah,
Is this the newest poll out by the Times-Dispatch?
That was in today's article.
Who's I would like to talk. Who's the top 4 teams? Who's the 4 teams ahead of them?
I don't know. Yeah, that'd be a good question.
But anyway, when I heard that, you know what? I'll tell you what. If I had my poll out, Dinwiddie is number 1. But I'll tell you what, I trust Max Preps. Now, I know you heard of VirginiaPreps.com, and also they use Rivals. They got Rivals, but MaxPreps.com. And in Class 5 right now, in their top, I'll just give you the top 10 or top, so many. There's so many good teams in there. You know Oscar Smith. You've heard of them. Right now, they're number 1. Maury is 2, and Dinwiddie is 3. Phoebus is 4, Benedictine is 5, and then Highland Springs 6, and Varina 7, Stonebridge 8. Anyway, Dinwiddie should be number 1 in the Times. I'm sorry, Richmond Times-Dispatch, but Dinwiddie, I don't understand why they're not getting any love, because they should be ranked. The Times, I don't care. I know Richmond and sometimes the other schools in the surrounding area might not get as much recognition or love, and I've heard about that before.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying, Dinwiddie should be the number 1 team in the Times-Dispatch poll. I'm sorry, Richmond Times, but they got it wrong. They got it wrong, Steve.
Yeah, and
because
that
in
was
the second half, it was 21-14 at halftime. Highland Springs did not score in the second half.
Yeah, you're exactly right.
They went overtime. In the second half and overtime, Highland Springs did not score.
Yeah, and really quick, what's your thoughts on the game coming up this weekend here in Hopewell with Thomas Jefferson taking on the Hopewell Blue Devils?
Oh, that's going to be a fantastic game. But I tell you, Thomas Jefferson, they had that I know they lost to Armstrong. They had to resume that game, I think, because of weather. But that is going to be a great Hopewell. A Hopewell win will go a long ways. They're playing some good teams here, but this is a big game for them, I think, in my opinion, and towards the rankings, towards how everything settles. And I believe Thomas Jefferson, I don't know if they moved up to 3 or not.
No, they're Class 2. They're a state championship favorite for Class 2. But
Thomas Jefferson has built themselves a program. This is it would be nice if Hopewell could have beat Highland Springs, but anyway, this is going to be, and 2, you collect points along the way. Even if you lost to them, you get these rider points in the BHSL. So this schedule is going towards the Blue Devils. It'll help the Hopewell Blue Devils along the way as they continue their trek through the weekly games. But this is a huge game, and it'll be a huge. If Hopewell could pull off a victory, and it's going to go a long ways. It'll go a great way for the Blue Devils for the rest of the season. And plus, Coach Irby, he does a fine job. He does an outstanding job with the Blue Devils. And this is a big game right here coming up Friday night.
It is. Now, talking of big games, your Washington Commanders had a big game last Thursday against Green Bay. Of course, Green Bay's looking 2-0, looking pretty good. Washington falls to 1-1, and your quarterback, Jalen Daniels, has a knee injury, and he's questionable for this Sunday.
Yeah, he's kind of iffy. I heard today he's got a brace or something around that. Surely we hope he can go, but I tell you what, they got some. Who's the backup there? Is it Mariota?
Yeah, Mariota's the backup. Yep.
Hey, Mariota could. I think he'll probably go. He'll give it all he can, but it might be a step down. But Mariota, I have confidence in him. I have confidence in Mariota.
Yeah, I think. And you're playing the Raiders, so like I said, we'll see what they're made of tonight. And speaking of the game tonight, it just started with 11:53 to go in the first. They're under review, but Houston has just scored a touchdown. Let's see, but it's under review. They're up 6-0 right now. But Big Woody, thanks so much, man, for calling the K&L Barbecue Hotline. And, man, I just appreciate you, all the help you do with us on Fridays and everything.
Yeah, I enjoy it, and I'm glad to help out in any way I can, and I enjoy the show, and y'all just keep on. Everything is interesting. A lot of stuff is interesting. You talk about that call. That was I saw that play, and I found that extra point. I mean, that field goal try. Sorry about the Denver Broncos there, but wow, that was. But it's the National Football League, and you got to expect the unexpected, guys.
Yeah. Well, Big Woody, thanks so much, my man. We'll check you out, of course, every Monday from 6 to 8 right here on WHAP.
Dinwiddie scored with 7.9 seconds left to force that overtime. So Billy Mills, they just reload.
They
and
do.
I think they just do a good job. But anyway, enjoy the show, guys, and just keep it up. Enjoy it. All your listeners are glad to be able to have a show to listen to in this Tri-City area, not just Hopewell, this whole Tri-City area.
Well, we appreciate you, Big Woody.
All right, bye-bye.
All right, that's Big Woody right there on the K&L Barbecue Hotline. And, Harry, what do you think? Dinwiddie with a big win? That was, like I said, they probably should be ranked in the top 2, I would think, of class.
Oh, absolutely. Dinwiddie is generally they're generals. They generally have a good football team.
Yeah, and speaking of that touchdown is good there by Houston. And let's see, I'm going to see who caught that touchdown there for the Houston Texans. And while we got this time, we're going to do just like we talked about here at the top of the hour. We're going to do our top 5 teams after week 2 in the National Football League. And I'm going to start, and my top 5 is, I'm going to go from 5 to number 1. Number 5, they playing tonight at 10 o'clock. I'm going to take the L.A. Chargers. I really like them a lot. I like Herbert. I like the way they're playing. Love Harbaugh as a coach. Number 4, I'm talking the Indianapolis Colts. Daniel Jones has turned into Tom Brady there, or should I say Peyton Manning in Indianapolis. And they both defeated my Dolphins and Rick's Broncos, and they're 2-0. They're looking pretty good. The Green Bay Packers come in at number 3 on my list. They're 2-0 and playing extremely well. They got a tough road coming up. The next 4 out of 5 games they play on the road. And then Buffalo is ranked number 2, and Philadelphia is the number 1 team in my book. And, of course, folks out there, Rick and Harry both picked Philly and Buffalo to make it to the Super Bowl. So after week 2, your picks are looking pretty good. Rick, what do you think?
I think they are, too. My picks are the same as yours.
Really?
Yeah, exactly.
So you got the Chargers, 5th.
Yeah.
And then with the Chargers, of course, that's your division, the AFC So what is that? The South? No, y'all
West.
Yes. Yeah, y'all play in the West, and the Chargers. If they win tonight, they'll be 2.5 games up on Kansas City, a game up on Denver, and if they beat the Raiders, they'll be 1-1 too. They'll be undefeated in control of that division. The Colts are looking extremely well. Houston needs to win tonight to keep pace with the Houston Texans. And then Rick has Green Bay, number 3. He has Buffalo, number 2. And, of course, he has Philly, number 1. So now let's get to Harry Clary, see what he has picked for this week in the top 5.
Well, I have the Buffalo Bills at, I should start at 5. I'm sorry. Terribly sorry about that.
That's all right.
Okay, what we're going to do is we're going to have the Green Bay Packers at number 5.
All right.
Then, let's see here. Then we're going to have the Colts at number 4.
The Colts.
Then I'm going to have the Ravens.
Baltimore, 1-1.
The reason I'm having them is they've scored more points than anyone, 81 points. They lost by 1 point.
After being up by 15.
To the best team in the league.
Yeah.
So, we'll have the Ravens at number 3, Philly at number 2, and the Bills at number 1.
The Buffalo Bills, number 1. And now, while we got this time, we got our guest who's going to be with us here very shortly. That is Keith Wagner of Hourglass Realty Group will be with us here very shortly. Now we're going to do our bottom 5.
The hater section.
Yeah, the hater section. And, of course, I'm going to start off with my worst team in the National Football League is the Miami Dolphins. We gave up 66 points, giving up 33 points, and we've lost to New England, and we lost to the Indianapolis Colts, and we have just something going on there in the front office and head coach. Whenever the team on week 2 puts a statement out and says, we're behind them for now, but if there needs to be a change in the future, we will make that change. And that was a statement by Stephen Ross today. And I also heard that Stephen Ross likes our defensive coordinator, Anthony Weaver, about being a head coach. Although he's our defensive coordinator, he's given up 66 points. I understand the turnovers add into that as well. And the defense was on the field for 22 out of the 30 minutes yesterday. That's pretty tough for a defense, especially in the 90-degree weather in Miami. So, yeah, my Miami Dolphins right now are the number 1 team looking for Archie Manning in the draft. Number 2 is the New York, but number 2 and 3 are both New York teams. I got the Jets and the Giants, 2 and 3. The Cleveland Browns coming in number 4, and the 5th worst team in the league, as far as Steve the Truth is concerned, is the New Orleans Saints. Rick, you're up.
All right. I got the Titans, and then the Bears, Giants, Browns, and Saints.
Oh, got the Saints too, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And we'll do this every week. We'll keep up. You know, it's going to flow back and forth each week of who's good and who's bad in the National Football League.
I've got the Bears at number 5. They've given up 79 points. That's a lot of points to give up. Ben Johnson, head coach, Caleb Williams, quarterback, not quite cutting it this year. Okay, at number 4, I have the Saints. Kellen Moore was a great play caller when he was at Dallas. He's the head coach there. Spencer Rattler, my guess is Kellen Moore is tanking this year. He wants to get a number 1 pick because he doesn't have a quarterback.
Yeah, that's exactly what they're missing in New Orleans.
So I got the Saints at 4. I've got the Cleveland Browns at number 3. They've given up 58 points. And, of course, their quarterback went out. And that's going to put them in a bad situation, so they could drop even lower. Number 2, I have the Carolina Panthers. They have Dave Canales as a head coach. Bryce Young's quarterback. He's a little small. Panthers are struggling. They only scored 32 points. That's 16 a game. That's not going to cut it. And at number 1 worst team, giving up 64 points, I have the Jets. And, Steve, the reason the Jets are number 1 is because
they're the Jets.
you guys.
Just in the season.
Yeah, that's our top 5 and bottom 5 of the National Football League after week 2. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, Keith Wagner will be with us from Hourglass Realty Group about I got some questions for him because I believe my daughter's just about ready to be in the market for a new home or a home. So we'll try to get his thoughts on that and what he has to offer you here around town in the Tri-City and Richmond area. You're listening to The Bottom Line right here on Fox Sports Radio, 1340 WHAP Hopewell.
Jackson Farm Road here in Hopewell. The Gathering Place has great salads, specials every day, and without a doubt, the best burger in town. Call for carryout at 458-4144. That's 458-4144. Car Brothers.
Looking to buy, sell, or invest in real estate? Let Keith and Mandy at Hourglass Realty Group guide you and your family through the journey of home ownership for years to come. With over 17 years of experience as multi-million-dollar producers, they specialize in residential and commercial properties across Richmond, Chesterfield, the Tri-Cities, and surrounding areas. As partner agents with Veterans United, they take pride in helping active and retired veterans find the perfect home. Plus, Keith is a licensed notary for your convenience. Call 804-712-0188. That's 804-712-0188 today and visit them at 11801 Center Street in Chester. They're online at hourglassrealtygroup.com.
Hi, this is Andy Clark with Ligon Jones Insurance Services. We're proud to give back to our community by supporting local youth sports and encourage you all to get out and cheer for your team. We're a local independent agent representing Erie Insurance and several others. Give us a call at 804-458-8522 or stop by our new location at 5392 Prince George Drive, Suite B, and let us show you what old-fashioned customer service feels like. We can be your insurance concierge and save you money. www.ligonjones.com.
Uh-oh, stranded on the side of the road, flat tire, dead battery, no worries. Tucker Towing Service, LLC has got your back. Whether it's cars, trucks, motorcycles, or trailers, we're here to get you moving again. Need a jump start or a tire change? We do that too. Proudly serving Hopewell, VA, and surrounding areas. We're fast, reliable, and just a call away. Call Tucker Towing at 804-920-4383. or email us at tuckerstowingservice@gmail.com. Tucker Towing Service, LLC, your roadside lifeline.
Hemco, a family-owned business which operates as a full-service buyer, processor, and seller. Hemco purchases, collects, processes, then remits any and all salvageable materials such as copper, brass, aluminum, stainless steel, and much more for the recycling industry. That's Hemco, Hopewell Iron and Metal Company, located at 213 South 6th Avenue, Hopewell, Virginia. For services or questions, call Hemco at 458-8514. Open Monday through Fridays, 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. That's Hemco, Hopewell Iron and Metal Company.
I just want to encourage everybody listening today. Your health matters. Your peace matters. You don't have to settle for feeling exhausted, stressed, or just stuck wherever you are. God gave us everything we need. Simple, powerful gifts from the earth to support our bodies naturally. It's not complicated. It's not overwhelming. It's just about taking one small step back to what He originally intended. You deserve to feel amazing. And natural solutions are really closer than you think. It's just a text, a phone call, or a stop by Car Brothers away.
Start your wellness journey today. Reach out to Tony Carr Hathaway. She's been waiting for you. Text wellness to 804-212-8571.
This is Mark Malone, and you're listening to The Bottom Line with Steve the Truth Nugent right here on Sports Radio 1340 WHAP Hopewell.
Why didn't you just tell me the truth?
Now let's get back to Steve the Truth with The Bottom Line.
That's what I said.
All right, we are back here at the studios with The Bottom Line. I am Steve the Truth. Taking a look at the scoreboard already with 7:12 left in the first quarter. Tampa Bay and Houston all knotted up at 7 apiece. And don't forget, at 10 o'clock, it is the Chargers taking on the Las Vegas Raiders. Get you caught up on a few games that's in progress in the Major League Baseball. Chicago taking on Pittsburgh. Chicago's up 2-0. No outs there in the middle of the third. Bottom of the third, Washington on top of Atlanta with 2 outs, 1-0. And of course, that update is brought to you by Hourglass Realty Group. And joining me right now is the one, the only. That's Keith Wagner. Wag, how you doing, man?
I'm doing good. How about yourself?
I'm doing all right, man. Before we get started with what we're going to talk about there real quick, your thoughts on, just now before we were going on, before we come back for break, the Vikings have said McCaffrey has an ankle injury and is out 2 to 4 weeks, and I think that's going to be a big deal for Minnesota.
That is, yeah, because I think he was going to have a good year, So very disappointed. I don't even know who their backup is.
No, they said, he went to Seattle.
Right.
And they're playing extremely well.
Yeah.
Now, speaking of backups, Daniel has a knee injury. He's questionable for Sunday against the Raiders. Are you ready for Mariota to play?
I'm okay with Mariota. I think he'll be good. He's well rested for not starting for the last few years, and smart quarterback, got the experience. So, we won't have that speed at the quarterback, but I think, the passing game, we won't miss a beat.
That's right. And you talking about experience. You have been in the real estate business and with the selling homes for quite some time.
18 years now.
Yeah, that's a very much experience on doing it. And like I said, I've called you a time or two and asked you about your advice on certain things. And my daughter's just about ready, I think, to go into the endeavor to see if she can qualify to buy a home. Could you tell us a little bit, if somebody that's never bought one, if Haley's listening right now, that what's the steps that you start with to get approved to buy a home?
Yeah, so the first thing she'll want to do is just give me a shout, and we'll get her hooked up with a good local lender. They'll pull her credit, take a look at everything, and see where she's at there. If she's just off a little bit, when they look at the credit, they'll give suggestions, like maybe lower this credit card here a little bit or do this, and they'll lay all that out on a very strategic plan for her. And give her a timeline, and then she'll be good to go. And then also see if she can qualify for some grant money. So you can get grant money up to $15,000. And now it's not every lender doesn't have it.
Mm-hmm.
A select group of lenders, they get it, and they're allotted a certain amount of funds. And once the funds are gone, it's gone to the next go around. So it's a first come, first serve.
Yeah, I got you. Now, a lot of people can get flustered, and when it comes to buying a home, and of course, that's probably one of the biggest investments that you will do in your lifetime. And everyone don't have 800 credit to where and the lenders. It's not that they don't want to lend you the money; they want to. They just need it at a certain credit. I guess what I'm trying to say, credit score or a certain level to where they know they feel comfortable on lending you $150,000 to buy a home.
That's correct. Yeah. So different variables come into play. Obviously, your credit score is always going to come into play. Different loan products are out there. The credit score can be a little lower on this loan type versus another. And then the other big thing is your DTI, your debt to income. So they want to see a credit history. So a lot of people, they don't realize that they don't have any credit. They don't have any credit cards. They haven't gotten any loans. They might have a good score, and then they're ready to buy that house, but there are lenders out there, and the way everything's set up, they need to see that you can be responsible and that you've had some credit and paid it and so forth. So little trick that most lenders have always told me is if you've got a credit card, try to keep that balance at half or less and show that consistent payment month over month that you've made that payment.
So would it be, suppose you could let's throw, hypothetically speaking, you got a credit card that's $500 credit limit to where you got $250 off of it. Would it be better to pay that card off every month?
No, they want to see that consistent month over month payment. So a lot of lenders, when they've got someone that's close, they're on the edge, they'll tell them to go out and get them a secured credit card. Go to your bank, your credit union, tell them you just want a $500 secured credit card and get that, and then, use it to get you some gas or whatever you need, some groceries, and then when the monthly payment comes up, make your payment and keep doing that month over month.
Yeah, and then, like I said, you can even buy a house if you had a bankruptcy or this, that, and the other. There's still a way. You know, a lot of people get discouraged. You know, this is just from my experience to talk to people. You know, they'll say, I can't buy a home because I filed bankruptcy 10 years ago or 7 years ago. I can't buy a home because I don't make X amount of dollars per year. And, you know, I'm not really sure it's to that pinpoint.
It's not. It's just all these different variables come into play as far as the bankruptcies. Most people, if their credit is good and they've been out of the bankruptcy for anywhere from 2 to 4 years, depending on the loan product, that won't hurt them. They'll be able to do that. So that's why I say it's always best to talk to a lender, and we've got several lenders that we can recommend to her when she's ready to do that, and just get her credit pulled and see where she's at. And then that way, if there's a couple steps she needs to do, they'll tell her what to do, and they'll help her with it. Yeah, well, I'll get with her and get with you this week so we can start that process. Now, you got a list of some of the things you got here, and as I spoke with you last week, you got a listing right around the corner from the studio. Yeah, about 6-7 houses down. Nice renovated house right here on River Road, close to Fort Lee and the Riverside Regional and the prison and so forth. Getting a lot of activity on it. Yeah, because River Road, you can go from here and go all the way to Colonial Heights. Yeah, you can be there in less than 10 minutes. Yeah. So, and you're less than 10 minutes from Chester, going across the bridge too. So good, convenient. And our seller, she's military, so she's getting ready to get transferred, and that's the only reason she's selling. Beautiful house. So that one is, we have that one listed at $255. That's a 3-bedroom, 2-bath, and it's got a large 1-car garage. So very, very nice house. So if someone's looking in that $250 range, that would be one I would definitely suggest that they take a look at if they have a realtor. And if they don't, call me. I'll be glad to show it. Yeah, I know the neighbors on both sides, so their neighbors are great. Yeah. Yes, they are. Yes, they are. So, and it's hard to find a house that's move-in ready that you need to do nothing for $250. Yeah, when we bought our home back in '98, it was move-in ready. But we were a first-time buyer. I was 27. Yeah. And like I said, it's don't look like that anymore. It's been painted a couple different times, and my kids grew up there. Now my grandkids are hanging out there, and it's great. That's the best thing about having a home. Yeah, that history. You can't do away with the history, your family events and so forth. So memories, they never go away. And that's right. Now, do you have some more listings there in front of you? What you got? Just got a few things. I just wanted to, I get this question all the time, we're seeing more houses on the market. Is it a seller's market? Is it a buyer's market? Is it tanking, the real estate industry tanking because of the rates and so forth? And yes, inventory has gone up in the last year. Buyers are still out there buying. We've shifted from more of a solid seller's market to now where it's shifting over to being a buyer's market because of the inventory. Mm-hmm. They have more to choose from. But just, we're Hopewell here, so just to share Hopewell, I pulled the last 6 months, and we have 61 homes in Hopewell on the market still. So that's not a lot. I remember when I got my license in 2014. Mm-hmm. When did I get my license? I am old. 2007. On any given day or week, when you would look at Hopewell, it was pretty much between 120 and 180 homes on the market at a time. That's what the inventories were back then. It was just crazy. So 61 sounds like a lot, but we're spoiled from the last 3 or 4 years when the inventory was so low and we were down in the 20s and the 30s. Oh, yeah. So inventory in Hopewell has doubled. But look, the average list price in Hopewell is $255, $565. That's good. Mm-hmm. We have 25 homes in Hopewell currently under contract, and in the last 6 months, we've sold, not me personally, but everyone has had 166 homes that have sold in the last 6 months. So that's good. That's great. That's good inventory. That's good sales. Hopewell's moving, and I do believe we're gonna pick up here. I really would be surprised if they don't drop the interest rates coming up at the next meeting. Mm-hmm. I think it's time to do that. And then just for the Tri-Cities, Hopewell, Petersburg, Colonial Heights, Prince George, there are 276 homes on the market active right now, with 163 under contract, and in the last 6 months, 702 have sold.
Man, that's great.
We still have buyers out there. Matter of fact, in the last 24 hours, we just got 4 duplex buildings that we had listed under contract, and we just got a home in Lawrenceville under contract. So the buyers are out there looking. Summer's over with. Kids have gone back to school. So we've got folks looking.
Yeah, and that's Hourglass Realty. And tell them where they can reach you at.
They can reach me at 804-712-0188. Again, that's 804-712-0188. I'd love to help you out or just answer some questions you may have.
Yeah, if you're in the market of looking for looking for a home, or thinking that you might looking to move or this, that, and the other, give Hourglass Realty a call, and they will get you set up. And like I said, 18 years experience just with him, and of course, $1 million sales, of course.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, and you work with veterans as well.
Yes.
And like I said, it's a good time to get into a new home.
Yep. Residential, commercial, land, multifamily, whatever it is you're looking for, we can do it. If you're an investor looking to get some properties, we can help you that, whether it's flipping or buying and holding.
Yeah. Well, we're going to take a quick break, but Wag, you're going to stay here with us. We're going to do our week 3 picks, and you're going to be our guest picker. With Harry was probably going to be, well, he is going to be the top picker for week 1. He has 11. He's picked 11 out of 13.
Wow.
And then Rick is 10, and I got 8. So we'll see how you do well against us this week.
I'll take a stab at it.
And I'm pretty sure you're going to pick your Redskins.
You just never know.
Yeah, you never know. We're going to be right back, catch you up with the game that's going on right now on ABC and ESPN. It is Tampa and Houston. Houston just kicked a field goal. It's 10-7 with 1:55 to go left in the first quarter. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we'll have our weekly picks right here on WHAP The Point.
K&L Barbecue at 1410 Maple Street, inside Cavalier Square, Hopewell. Wants you to know they have great specials on the daily menu, such as hamburger steaks, grilled chicken, a lightly fried chicken sandwich, and of course, the best chicken and dumplings in the Tri-Cities. And don't forget about their world-famous barbecue and sauce. Dine in or carry out at K&L Barbecue. Call 458-4241. That's 458-4241 for K&L Barbecue.
Uh-oh, stranded on the side of the road, flat tire, dead battery, no worries. Tucker Towing Service, LLC has got your back. Whether it's cars, trucks, motorcycles, or trailers, we're here to get you moving again. Need a jump start or a tire change? We do that too. Proudly serving Hopewell, VA, and surrounding areas. We're fast, reliable, and just a call away. Call Tucker Towing at 804-920-4383 or email us at tuckerstowingservice@gmail.com. Tucker Towing Service, LLC, your roadside lifeline.
Hi, this is Andy Clark with Ligon Jones Insurance Services. We're proud to give back to our community by supporting local youth sports and encourage you all to get out and cheer for your team. We're a local independent agent representing Erie Insurance and several others. Give us a call at 804-458-8522 or stop by our new location at 5392 Prince George Drive, Suite B, and let us show you what old-fashioned customer service feels like. We can be your insurance concierge and save you money. www.ligonjones.com.
Looking to buy, sell, or invest in real estate? Let Keith and Mandy at Hourglass Realty Group guide you and your family through the journey of home ownership for years to come. With over 17 years of experience as multi-million-dollar producers, they specialize in residential and commercial properties across Richmond, Chesterfield, the Tri-Cities, and surrounding areas. As partner agents with Veterans United, they take pride in helping active and retired veterans find the perfect home. Plus, Keith is a licensed notary for your convenience. Call 804-712-0188. That's 804-712-0188 today and visit them at 11801 Center Street in Chester. They're online at hourglassrealtygroup.com.
Carr Brothers, located at 3100 Jackson Farm Road here in Hopewell. The Gathering Place has great salads, specials every day, and without a doubt, the best burger in town. Call for carryout at 458-4144. That's 458-4144. Carr Brothers.
Hemco, a family-owned business which operates as a full-service buyer, processor, and seller. Hemco purchases, collects, processes, then remits any and all salvageable materials such as copper, brass, aluminum, stainless steel, and much more for the recycling industry. That's Hemco, Hopewell Iron and Metal Company, located at 213 South 6th Avenue, Hopewell, Virginia. For services or questions, call Hemco at 458-8514. Open Monday through Fridays, 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. That's Hemco, Hopewell Iron and Metal Company.
911 is the number that can save civilians' lives. 1-800-COP-LINE is the number that can save yours. Did you know more cops die by suicide than in the line of duty? Talk to a cop who cares. Call 1-800-COP-LINE or visit VAFirstResponderWellness.org. The life you save could be your own. Paid for by the Virginia Department of Criminal Justice Services.
I just want to encourage everybody listening today. Your health matters. Your peace matters. You don't have to settle for feeling exhausted, stressed, or just stuck wherever you are. God gave us everything we need. Simple, powerful gifts from the earth to support our bodies naturally. It's not complicated. It's not overwhelming. It's just about taking one small step back to what He originally intended. You deserve to feel amazing. And natural solutions are really closer than you think. It's just a text, a phone call, or a stop by Carr Brothers away.
Start your wellness journey today. Reach out to Tony Carr Hathaway. She's been waiting for you. Text wellness to 804-212-8571.
This is Donovan McNabb, and you're listening to The Bottom Line with Steve Nugent right here on Sports Radio 1340 WHAP. Hopewell.
Why didn't you just tell me the truth?
Now, let's get back to Steve the Truth with The Bottom Line.
That's what I
said. That's right. We are back here just about 19 minutes toward the hour of 8 o'clock. We want to thank Keith Wagner of Hourglass Realty for being with us in that last segment. Of course, if you're interested in buying a home, just give him a call. He'll get you hooked up with anything that you may need to know. And he's going to hang out with us for this segment of the show where we do our weekly picks for week 3 of the National Football League. And get you updated on the game that's happening right now. Houston's up 10-7 headed into the second quarter there between Houston and Tampa Bay. So we're going to start with Harry Clary. He is the man, the legend that is. He's the leader after week 1 because we started this last week. And you got 11 wins, possibly 2 more tonight, so you'll be up on with us. So we're going to start with the first game, which is Thursday night. My Miami Dolphins taking on the Buffalo Bills. Harry, who you got?
I'm going to say the obvious, the Bills.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Let's go to Rick over there. Rick, who you got? The Miami Dolphins or the Buffalo Bills?
I'm taking the Buffalo Bills. I think they're the strongest team this year, or one of the strongest teams.
Yeah, both of y'all picked them to go to the Super Bowl. Now, Wag, who you got?
And where is the game at this week?
It's at Buffalo. Like I said, that's the only positive thing that we have, that when they come back to us in December, we'll be playing in Florida, not snow.
I'm going to make one person happy here.
Uh-oh.
I am going out on a limb that I feel very comfortable with.
Oh,
Miami is going to upset the Buffalo Bills.
Oh, man.
And Miami is going to put 30 on the board.
Oh, yeah, I like that.
I'll take that even a step further.
Yeah, I'll let him keep that. I'm going with the Buffalo Bills.
You're going to have to buy him dinner.
Yeah, I'll buy him dinner at one of our sponsors without a problem. If they win, I will buy your lunch without a doubt. Now, the second game is these two powerhouses. Atlanta last night defeated Minnesota in a surprising win, 22-6. They're taking on the Carolina Panthers. Harry, who you have?
Atlanta.
He's taking the ATL.
Yeah,
Rick?
that one's pretty simple too. I got the Panthers at down there with.
Well, the running back for Atlanta looked really, really good last night. Robinson,
yes, he is a good running back.
Yeah, and the young quarterback they got from Washington, Penix, he's playing real well.
Yeah, and the other running back scored. Name starts with an A. What's his name? Algier.
Yep. So that's
see here, Algier.
That's right. Each out of Atlanta. Rick, who you got this week between Atlanta and Carolina?
The Panthers are a weak team, so I got to go with Atlanta.
The ATL. All right. And Wag, who you got?
I'm sticking with my guys here. We're going Atlanta.
And going Atlanta. All the way across the board, we got Atlanta. Now taking on Cincinnati and Minnesota now. Like I said, this is a big game. And Cincinnati yesterday lost Joe Burrows for at least 3 months for a turf toe. As backup Browning come in, played extremely well, led them to a win. Minnesota last night lost to Atlanta 22-6. Now just breaking news that McCarthy's out for at least 2 to 4 weeks. Minnesota going to be a question mark there with the quarterback. I'm taking Cincinnati. Harry, who you got?
I'm going to take Cincinnati because Browning is one of the best backup quarterbacks in the league.
Yeah, he played extremely well in 2023, I think it was, when Burrows was out. Rick?
I'm taking Cincinnati as well.
All right. And Wag?
Cincinnati.
Cincinnati it is, all the way across the board. All right, this game coming up here now is a big one now. The Green Bay Packers taking on one of my bottom 5 teams, and that's the Cleveland Browns in Cleveland, though. Who you got?
It's not going to matter to me. Packers. I don't think Cleveland's going to get it going this year.
Yeah, especially with that another situation with quarterback there. Their rookie starting from Oregon for the Cleveland Browns. Rick, who do you have?
I'm taking the Packers as well. The Browns are not a good team.
Wag, who you got?
I'm going with the Packers.
He's going for the Packers. We all got the Packers now. The Houston's playing right now, and the game is 10-7 with 12:03 to go in the second period. They're leading the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, but next week they play a divisional matchup between the Jacksonville Jaguars. And Jacksonville looked pretty good. They came up a little short. They looked good most of the game yesterday, and the quarterback brought Cincinnati back to defeat them. I got Jacksonville beating the Houston Texans next week.
I would, but their starting receiver, Thomas, is out. So, this is Jacksonville and Houston. I'm going with Houston.
All right. Rick, who you got?
That's a tough call. I think I'm going to go with Houston.
He's going with Houston there.
That's going to be a good game to watch, though, I think.
Yeah, it's a divisional matchup as well. It's a big game so far as where that division goes to.
Yeah, I think I'm going Houston as well.
All right, 3. Like I said, I took Jacksonville. And
Lone Wolf.
Yeah, if you're just joining us right here on WHAP, The Point. This is Fox Sports Radio 1340 AM and 96.9 FM and anywhere in the world at WHAPradio.com. This is a segment here on the Bottom Line that we call Who You Got? And we're picking Week 3 matches up. Now, I am Steve the Truth. Harry Clary, Rick Morris is here, and of course our special guest today is Keith Wagner with Hourglass Realty Group. And we've had this team in the top. Well, actually, each one of these teams we've had in the bottom and the top of the top 5 that we did earlier in this segment. The Colts taking on Tennessee. That's another divisional matchup in the AFC South. Harry, who you got?
I got the Colts. Nobody knows who Shane Steichen is. Steichen,
the head coach.
Yeah, nobody knows who Steichen is, but halfway through the season, he's going to become a familiar coach.
Yeah, I think so. Year 3, he did the magic with Flacco a couple years ago there with Indianapolis, going 8-9, just missing the playoffs. Had a chance to win the division and lost to Houston to make the playoffs. So, Rick, who you got? Colts and Tennessee.
I hate to do it because of yesterday, but I'm going to take the Colts.
Well, like I said, that's one thing you and I have. The Colts have beat the Dolphins and the Broncos, our favorite teams. Speaking of favorite teams, let's go, Wag. Who you got?
I don't think it'll matter, but where's that game?
It's at Tennessee.
It's at Tennessee.
Cam Ward looked though he had yesterday some good spots there, but like I said, it's first-year quarterback.
Yeah, I really do like the Colts, but I'm going to go with a homer on this game. I think it's going to be real close. But I'm scared of Daniel Jones. I knew when he went there this year.
You mean Tom Brady Jr. all of a sudden?
Yeah, I knew he was going to do good. But I'm going to go against the Colts on this one.
All right, the Colts it is. And this next game could be a preview of the NFC championship game. It's the L.A. Rams taking on the Philadelphia Eagles in Philly. The Rams are looking really, really well. They just set out of my top 5, best top 5 for this week, week 2, and I took the Eagles. Harry, who you got?
Well, I think Sean McVay is the smartest coach in the NFL. I think Matthew Stafford is still a top 10 quarterback, but the Philadelphia Eagles are bullies. They are bullies on the offensive line. They're bullies on the defensive line. They play smash-mouth football. They're going to cram it down your throat. It's going to be Philly.
It's going to be Philly. Harry has Philly. Rick, who you got?
Jalen Hurts is going to lead them to another win.
All right. Yeah, he's playing extremely well after winning the Super Bowl. Now, Wag, this is a big one for you. The Eagles being in your division with your Commanders. Are you going to pick the Philly?
I'm going with the Rams.
He's going with the Rams. All right. That should be a good game. The Rams are playing extremely well, and I think they're 2-0 as well. So the first game they beat Cincinnati 14-9, but yesterday they looked very convincing. All right, big game playing here local this Sunday. It's Las Vegas Raiders taking on the Washington Commanders right here in Washington. Harry, who you got?
I think this game's going to be closer than anybody thinks. Although I think Washington is not going to do all that well this year, I think they will win this game.
Well, like I said, Jalen Daniels right now is questionable to play with a knee injury. So, but as the last segment we had, Wag said he's got faith in Mariota. Rick, do you have faith in Mariota?
I do. I think the Commanders will take this game. I'm hoping they take this game.
As a Denver fan, he won't. Wag, who you got, big guy?
I got the Commanders. I don't care who the quarterback is. They're going to do it.
Yeah, I picked.
They're going to beat the Raiders.
The Raiders. That's right. And it's the next game on tap. Tampa Bay's playing right now, and they just scored to make it 14-10 with 9:41 to go in the second quarter. So Tampa Bay on top of Houston. And it looks like they're playing the Jets next week. Jets at Tampa Bay. Who you got?
I've got Tampa Bay because the Jets are...
The Jets. Yep, he's taking Tampa. Rick, who you got?
I'm going to take Tampa Bay as well.
All right. And Wag?
We're going to keep it unanimous. I'm going with Tampa Bay.
Yeah, we're all picked Tampa Bay.
We're not going with the Jets.
Jets. Yeah, they like I said, they're first-year coach. They came out and played pretty good against Pittsburgh. We were thinking the Jets were, hey, they might have it. And then Pittsburgh comes out and loses this week to Seattle. And before you know it, Buffalo was up on the Jets 20-0, and that game was never in question yesterday. So the Jets and Pittsburgh might be on the same level.
Yeah, Aaron Glenn is the coach for the Jets. And I do think Justin Fields is the right quarterback for that team because he's all they have.
Yeah, right now that's all he's got. Yeah, but speaking of the Jets and the Pittsburgh Steelers, Pittsburgh at New England next Sunday. Who you got?
Well, the Steelers really surprised me by losing to Seattle like they did, but I'm going with the Steelers.
He's going with Pittsburgh. Rick, who you got?
I think I'm going to go with the Patriots on this one.
Oh, he's taking New England. They did look pretty good yesterday. We, like said, Miami Dolphins made the Colts look like Super Bowl contenders, and now we made New England look like Super Bowl contenders. Rick's taking New England. Wag, who you got?
I'm going with the Steelers.
The Pittsburgh Steelers with Aaron Rodgers. Of course, looks like I can't even read my handwriting here.
I bet it's one of those NFL teams.
It is. Speaking of that, it's a divisional game. It's the Denver Broncos taking on the Los Angeles Chargers next week. That's a big game in the division. And, of course, if the Chargers can win tonight, they'll be 2-0, top of the division, playing Denver with already 2 divisional wins, beating Kansas City if they beat the Raiders tonight, and they play Denver next week. That'll be 3 division games. That could be big for the Chargers and Jim Harbaugh.
So where is it being played?
It's being played at Los Angeles.
Boy, oh boy. Harbaugh versus Sean Payton.
No, Harbaugh versus... Yeah, Sean Payton. You're right. Yep.
Yeah.
You're right.
Okay.
Yeah. I like Bo Nix. That's my fantasy quarterback.
I'm calling this one. If I could flip a coin, I bet it would land on the edge and stay there. I'm Chargers.
I took the Chargers as well. Rick, let me guess who you got.
I think because of yesterday, the Denver Broncos are going to play angry, and they're going to take that game.
Yeah, that's a good chance.
Yes.
He's taking the Broncos. Wag, who you got?
I'm going with the Chargers.
The Chargers.
I think it's going to come down to a field goal at the end, and I think the Chargers are going to take it.
Yeah, that's like I said. That should be a fun game to watch. That's the afternoon game. New Orleans taking on Seattle in Seattle. Harry, who you got?
Seattle.
All right, he's taking Seattle. Rick, who you got?
I'm going to be taking Seattle as well.
All right.
They've been looking good past
I'm
couple
going
weeks.
with the Saints.
He's going with the Saints. That's one of the bottom 5 of my teams. All right, and late Sunday afternoon, it's Arizona versus San Francisco. San Francisco 2-0 without Kittle or Brock Purdy.
And Arizona's also 2-0.
Yeah.
But I'm going to go with the 49ers, even though, don't they have the quarterback that used to play for the New England, don't they?
I think so, yep.
Yeah.
Matt Jones.
Yeah. That's right.
University of Alabama.
I think the Snow Bunny is going to run all over them. I'm going to go with 49ers.
The 49ers. Rick, who you got?
I'm going to take the 49ers, too.
All right.
I'm hanging in with them, 49ers.
I'm taking the Arizona Cardinals. They're looking pretty good, and they're playing well. I know the game's in Santa Clara, but that's where the Super Bowl is being played at this year, too. So we got 3 games left. We got the Dallas Cowboys taking on the Chicago Bears in Chicago.
I'm going with Dallas because I just don't see anything positive in Chicago.
Rick, who you got?
I'm going to take the Cowboys as well. The Bears haven't shown me anything yet this year.
Yeah, I know. Wag, you taking the Bears just because they're playing Dallas?
No, I'm going to be smart. I'm going to take the Cowboys.
And he's going to take the Cowboys.
I hope I'm wrong.
Some people would question that if that makes you smart. Yep, we got 2 picks left, and it's Kansas City taking on the Giants Sunday night on NBC. Tell me that ain't a nail-biter. 0-2 teams playing on Sunday Night Football.
Russell Wilson is looking great, but I think the Reed-Mahomes connection is going to come through this week. Kansas City.
All right. Rick, who you got?
My wife is going to be happy because her Chiefs are going to get their first win of the season.
All right. Well,
Kansas City.
Kansas City. Next Monday night, which we'll be here. We're here every Monday night from 6 to 8 right here on Fox Sports Radio 1340 and 96.9. The Detroit Lions taking on the Baltimore Ravens. I got Baltimore. Harry, who you got?
It's a shame they have to play because both teams are great. I'm going with the Ravens.
Yeah, it should be a great game on Monday night next week with Detroit and Baltimore. Rick, who you got?
I think I'm going to take Detroit.
Detroit.
I'm with Rick. I'm going Detroit.
And Harry, you took Baltimore, correct? Me and you got Baltimore. Them two's got Detroit. And that does it for Who You Got this week. We pick the weeks. Every Monday night we pick the following week's games. And like I said, it is just about our time is up. I want to thank Wag for joining us today, and Harry and Rick for being here, and, of course, all the callers we had today. Was great, and all our sponsors. I cannot thank enough of all our sponsors: Hourglass Realty Group, Car Brothers, K&L Barbecue, Legan Jones Insurance, Fishtails, Hempco, Hopewell Iron and Metal Company, Tony's Oily Worlds. Of course, check Tony out right there at Car Brothers. She's leaving tomorrow to go to Utah for a convention on the oils that she has for you there as well. So that's going to do it for our show. We want to thank everybody for joining us today. And don't forget, Friday night is the Hopewell Blue Devils taking on Thomas Jefferson right here in Hopewell. If you can't make the game, be sure to tune in right here on Fox Sports Radio 1340 for the call at 7 o'clock. And we'll be back here at 6 o'clock next Monday night, right here on The Bottom Line with Steve the Truth, featuring Harry Clary and Rick Morris.